Actually, for me, this will be my first time playing in this tournament. It's almost like the tournament is for, a preparation for all teams, especially for the Kolkata League because this year, due to this situation, we couldn't play the Calcutta League. So this tournament is very necessary for us. It's good for us. It will prepare us for even the I League and the Calcutta League. You know, uh, sitting for almost 7 months is very difficult for we the football players. So many players they lost their fitness. Coming back again will fight fitness. There will be a lot of difficulties for the players because after Kolkata League, after I League, you just sit for more than 6 months, not practicing, nothing, everybody stay in house. As we all know, this situation was very bad for us. It will not be the easy game because every player's body language is not the same. You understand? It's very difficult for a football player to sit for 6 months without playing. It's difficult. Some player will be facing some little slacks injury like hamstring and a pull. All those things will happen because especially for the first game because it will be very intensive. Every team will their first game they will want to win to get the first 3 points. So you will find the players. So many players will have a little slight injury. So it's not easy. It's not an easy thing. So it will be difficult for we the players because after the first 2 games, then you can start to get your fitness. So players will suffer from some slight injury. But for the AIFA sheet, other teams are preparing themselves. It's good for all players, and it's very good for us. So it will prepare every player and every team for the Calcutta League. So it's good for the AIFA sheet. It's very good for us. I'm feel proud, to be a father. I'm so proud. I'm proud of my family. Especially when my wife gave birth to my daughter. It was very tough for me. It happened in the uh, Corona period. At that time, a lot of hospital was closed, locked down. It was very hectic for me. You understand? My daughter was refused to so many hospitals because she had a little sickness, and so. But I'm glad today she's okay. I and my family we are doing great. But it's very encouraging, after marriage and then seeing your wife getting a birth to a bouncing baby boy or bouncing baby girl. So I'm glad and you understand. I'm so proud when I'm going somewhere, people ask me how's your daughter. So that show how responsible I am. So I'm so happy when I'm seeing my daughter home playing with her and so I feel proud more. So I'm so glad for that. I named my daughter after my mom because when my mom was living, she inspired me a lot. You understand? She was like my everything. You understand? I don't have anything to give her. I never do anything for her. The time was my mother supposed to enjoy me is the time she left because she suffered a lot to see me this far. And I reached this far. This is the time that she's supposed to benefit from me. And it was not her time and she left and go. So I have to name her, so that I can remember her always. I recording that name, Bintu Kruma. So anytime I call her name, then I will remember my mom because my mom was everything to me. And actually, the first time I met my wife, I met her on Facebook. The first place I met her was City Center One, because when I was in Goa, we started to chat with each other on Facebook. That time I was playing for Churchill. So when I came to Kolkata, I met her. But my first time I met her was to City Center One. So that was the first time I see her. So we interact from there. We exchange number. We start to visit each other. And then after that, and then I signed with Mohan Bagan. You understand? So when I signed with Mohan Bagan, I see her attitude. I see her to be a good person. And I needed someone who to be with me, at least to inspire me like my mom. She always supportive. You understand? Every time she talked to me, encouraged me about my football game. So these are some of the things I love about my wife. If you see today, I reached the far because she's very supportive. So this is how I met her from Facebook, and then we started to talk to each other. Today we are married, so we are living happily now. Yeah, it was a very big setback for me because I was one of the key players on my team. And after, because the AIFA rule says that before you enter the hotel, you have to be COVID negative. So I did my first full test. I was negative before they allow me in the hotel. But then I spent a 4 days in the hotel. After then, they came back, they do my test again, they say I was positive. But you know, the AIFA rules, no one is above the law or rules and regulation. So I have to accept. So when they tell me that I was positive, I have to go back home and then quarantine for 14 days, take care of myself. And you know, but after that, I went back and do my test. I was negative. So today I'm glad I'm okay now. I'm very strong. Actually, I spent so many years in Calcutta. I know much about the Dukal Puja. I've been invited to so many places. Uh, as we all know, the, the Duka Puja and Makali is one of the biggest festivals that everyone wants to partake in, especially for in this pandemic. You know, it is good for us to worship the Makali and Marduka so that you know, so this situation can be solved for us. So I've been so many places. It's very nice to go and partake because I see the people dancing on the street. It's just because of this situation, people was not able to celebrate the way they always used to do. But maybe by next year, by the grace of God, I believe that everything will be okay because the Duka Puja is very nice. Every year when they come, you know, the celebration is good and encouraging. I'm a foreigner, but I enjoy, you know, celebrating with them every year. So it is a great pleasure and honor to be part of the celebration always. For my wife, the little one I know, sometimes she tell, you know, if I go somewhere, I tell people I'm in Tomake Balobasi, and then, and, you know, and for my food, my favorite food, sometimes she make for me a luchi mancho, luchi mancho. So, you know, so those are some of the Bengali things that I know and food also. The little one I know, I always sing, Tumpa Sirahe, Moscow Gilahe, Tumpa de Jale, Sapani Tekai, Abetu Biladen, Jake na Sotahe, Kyakulu Hai, Kuchu Kuchu Hotahe. Thank you. You know, Derby match is one of the most excited the game that every good player would like to play. You know, as we all know, Mohun Bagan and East Bengal, you know, the both team is a very great team in West Bengal. You understand? Before the Derby, we used to discuss about I League, but this now we will be talking about ISL. And, you know, this is a different part, but the same momentum will still be there. You understand? Because Derby is Derby. The two teams have great players. They have good players. I can see some of their practice, and I watched Mohun Bagan first game. They play good, but I think so many players are suffering from fitness, especially for Kitchener. You know, even though he scored that goal, but he was not really up to the task because after quarantining him for so many times and you know so many days, he joined practice. But East Bengal and Mohun Bagan match is different. That's a complete different game. You cannot predict that match. You understand? Because the both team they will go with everything. Mohun Bagan want to win. East Bengal also want to win. But for me, I supporting the both team. Anybody win, then you take the day because Mohun Bagan and East Bengal, I play for the both club, so I have to support the both team. Anyone who win, I will be for you at that day. We all know that Mohun Bagan and East Bengal match is very big different match. I play there when I was playing with Mohun Bagan, I play against East Bengal. You understand? When I play with Sony, it's not an easy thing. Seeing the crowd alone, the supporter encourage you, you know, to play. Even if you don't want to play, but when you play the derby match, you feel that you are playing. You feel encouraged. You feel something, yes, that you have never seen. So, and even you home, you watching the derby match on TV, you feel that you are that proud that yes, this is something happening. So derby match is a very great match for every good player who want to play. Yeah. My best moment was when I scored against Bangalore in the Super Cup. It was one of the great goals I scored I can still remember. Even though I was denied by the referee, the goalkeeper hit me. That was a red card. But yeah, it was the beginning of the match. And then still I still came back and scored. But we lost the match. It's a football, anything can happen. But I already remember that goal, so I take that goal to be one of my best goals I can already remember. Yes, I just want to say a big thanks to the IFA. You know, they are doing great. They are doing well. Let them continue their hard work. I just want to wish them all the best. Big thanks to them for everything they are doing for we the players. And this is what is good for us. They are keeping us busy. They are keeping us great. And so I just want to tell them all the best. Thanks for everything they are doing for us. Thank you very much.